In my penultimate video, I talked about 6 ways to beat inflation and also increase your wealth during periods of high inflation. One of the key highlights was to invest in REITs, real estate investment trusts. In this video, I will delve deeper into REITs, what they are, how they make money, what the advantages are, and of course what the disadvantages are. With any investment there are risks, and we will consider those risks. So if you would like to know more about this particular asset class that allows you to earn income on a monthly basis or an annual basis, as well as see your capital appreciate over time, keep on watching. Hi, if you are new here, my name is Jumokemi and I work as an investment banker. I'm also a chartered financial analyst. On this channel we talk about everything from personal finance to wealth generation to investing, as well as self-development. So I'm aware that not everyone is familiar with REITs, and so I'm going to start off by explaining what a REIT is. A REIT is essentially a company that either owns or finances income generating real estate across different property types and sectors. According to REITs.com, there are 150 million Americans who are invested in REITs either through their 401ks or their IRAs or pension plans or other investment vehicles. And according to the data, REITs collectively own more than 4.5 trillion in gross assets across the US, with public REITs, i.e. listed REITs, owning approximately 3 trillion in assets. US listed REITs have an equity market capitalization of more than 1.4 trillion. What that shows us is that this particular asset class holds a significant amount of assets. It's a major asset class which has had increased interest not only in the US but globally. Now, one of the key elements or features of a REIT is that REITs tend to have special taxation treatments. Of course, that depends on your jurisdiction and what is classed as a REIT, but a REIT is essentially taxable as a normal corporation. However, it's entitled to certain dividend payment deductions. So therefore, a REIT does not pay federal income tax on net taxable income distributed as deductible dividends to shareholders. That is a mouthful, but the information in there is speaking to the fact that REITs have special treatments, and as long as they pay out majority of their income as dividends, those dividends are taxed at the investor level and not necessarily at the corporate level. Now, there are several types of REITs, but I will mention 3 of the major REITs that are well known. The first one is an equity REIT, which is a listed public equity. So essentially a REIT, a company that has listed its shares on a major stock exchange like the New York Stock Exchange or the Dow Jones or the FTSE 100. The second type of REIT is what's known as an M-REIT or a mortgage REIT. A mortgage REIT does not own assets of its own, but it finances asset acquisition by other companies. And the way it makes money or revenues is on the interest that's paid on the capital loaned out. You also have public non-listed REITs, which are REITs that are not available to the public. And you also have private REITs that do not need to be registered with the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC. Now, most REITs are required to pay out at least 90% of their taxable income as dividends to shareholders. Those shareholders in turn are responsible for paying tax on those interests or dividends earned. So what are the advantages of REITs? Historically, REITs have been known to be one of the best performing asset classes in the sense that there is capital appreciation over time. The second thing is that REITs pay out most of their taxable income to shareholders as dividends. What that means for you as a REIT holder is that you get annual income, whether that's monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, etc. You get paid dividends for each share you hold in a REIT. And the third advantage of REITs is that they serve as good portfolio diversifiers because historically they've had a very low correlation with other asset classes. It's important to remember that if you are investing in a listed or public REIT, there is an element of the equity nature, if you will, of that REIT, and so you will see some volatility in terms of pricing. Now, one major disadvantage is that as an investor, you have no control over the underlying assets within that REIT. And REITs tend to invest in very specialized or specific property types. There's a way, however, to mitigate that. So if you wanted exposure to a specific sector, you can actually buy a REIT that has underlying investments or underlying assets within your chosen sector. The second disadvantage is that you get to pay taxes on the dividends you've earned. And sometimes dividends tend to be taxed at higher rates than your capital gains tax, for example. example. So if you are in a higher tax bracket, you get to pay a higher tax margin or a higher tax rate on your dividends. And the third disadvantage with especially public REITs is that because they are listed assets or listed equities, you do get to experience price volatility or market volatility. So how can you invest in a REIT? Well, as I mentioned, public REITs are essentially equities. They are listed on stock exchanges. So if you have a brokerage account or a stock account, i.e. where you buy your stocks and hold them, you can actually gain access to REITs via your brokerage house. Bear in mind, you don't have to buy one REIT. You can actually invest in what's called an ETF or an exchange traded fund. What this is essentially a collection of REITs into one fund. This way, you not only get exposure to a variety of REITs, you also get exposure to a variety of sectors. You can choose to either invest in one REIT or perhaps a basket of REITs that you have self-selected, or perhaps invest in an exchange traded fund or an ETF that has REITs as the underlying holding. Now, I do not give investment advice and I'm not necessarily recommending this list of REITs, but for the benefit of those who perhaps would like to understand what sort of things they should be looking out for when they come to do their own research, it's pretty much just a Google search. So I'm presenting to you now a table that shows you what sort of things you should be looking out for when it comes to investing in REITs. You want to understand what industry the REIT specializes in, how big the REIT is in terms of its market capitalization. It also gives you information on the current dividend yield, which changes over time based on the stock price. So this list is by no means exhaustive. This is just an illustration to show you what sort of REITs are available to you. As I said before, it's a simple case of just doing a Google search, doing some research on the company to understand what it's all about and what sectors the REIT actually invests in. So I hope this video has been helpful. If it has and you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. Until next time, look after yourselves. Bye for now.